Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to the new video. So let's understand about the major topic is why a bodybuilder use the insulin. So why they use. So let's understand about that, and we will also understand about the side effect of our use of the insulin as an injection. So basically, whenever the bodybuilder use the insulin, so it means it should be a post workout or during the competition time. So it depends, and in this way, for example, whenever during the competition time they use the insulin for basically open the glute channel in their muscle in the myocytes. So wherever the increase the glute channel will lead to enter the amino acid and the glucose. So it means they also use the glucose again and again in the form of complex carbohydrate or basically it's the refined sugar. Even also use the Pepsi. So that is basically unhealthy things which that they consume. So in this way, basically they enhance the absorption of the glucose into the muscle. So the muscle ultimately, because in the end of the competition, during the competition, so in the end of that whole basically diet, so high protein diet but the low carbs and low fat. So in this way, basically they will increase the hungriness, they will increase the empty inside of the cell of the muscle related to the amino acid as well as carbohydrates. So in this way, our muscles store the glycogen, basically store glucose in the form of glycogen. So in this way, the glycogen will deplete during the dieting and during the shredding time, and in this way they will use the insulin for enhance the glute channel, because the insulin limitation will arise, and in this way the insulin will not rise and not spike too much due to the regular routine. So in this way, not too much insulin will produce naturally because you are hindering the insulin spike. So in this way, basically, when the bodybuilder basically use that insulin in the end of the day for competition. So in this way, basically, they use the insulin for increase the glute channel, and when increase the glute channel, so all amino acid and the protein as well as the even fat and water and glycogen will enter into the cell. So in this way, basically glucose will enter into the cell to convert the glycogen, and in this way that volume will be increased, and that muscle volume is temporary, not basically it is due to the exercise or some other things past, but it is basically temporary, and it will again reverse after the complete the competition. So that is important thing you should need to understand. In this way, remember about that, basically you are increasing the glute channel and open. In this way, the insulin resistance can be possible, and later on it will develop the diabetic person. So it is the pre-diabetic activity when you will increase the insulin. So the insulin injection, when you increase, so in this way basically you will increase the chance of the insulin resistance. So the spike of the insulin, basically their muscle is different, not look like a aesthetic, but it is look like a bodybuilder and more bulging of the muscle due to the our consumption of the insulin in the form of injection. So the side effect is that suddenly low blood sugar can be possible due to the all sugar will enter into the muscle, because the muscle is empty and hungry. So muscle required suddenly too much sugar for conversion into the glycogen, because the glycogen depletion already due to the carb restriction and basically and high protein diet. In this way, insulin not too much spike due to the protein, but spike but minor level. So this is the competition system. during the competition, the bodybuilders use the insulin. But some bodybuilders use the insulin in the regular time. For example, post-workout with a meal, and in this way the post-workout meal, which that contain also the insulin injection in every time, and their muscle is more bulging and more basically rounded and not look like a too much lean due to the growth of the due to the swelling of the muscle. So in this way basically their muscle will swell and inflame, and it also trigger the inflammation. But this inflammation is not chronic. If you will consume the insulin chronically, so the inflammation can be possible chronically. While when you will not spike the insulin, so the inflammation will not spike. And this is basically the relationship. In this way, the side effect is that the insulin resistance can be possible. So remember about that. I hope to make sense about that. The insulin is very bad for spike, because the insulin spike will lead to sudden low level of the sugar, will lead to basically on the stage you can basically fall down due to the overconsumption of the insulin. And in this the open GLUT channel require too much sugar. But whenever you will stop the eating sugar and go into the competition side, and in this way you will lose the level of the glucose in your blood. In this way you will lose all this basically the normal level of the blood glucose. In this the hypoglycemia will occur. Hypo means low, glycemia means the glucose in the blood. So the low level of the glucose will lead to cause this problem. So this low level of the glucose in the blood during the competition will lead to cause death also, because the low level of the sugar will lead to a dementia, and on the other hand the heartbeat basically not maintained, because the continuously providing the energy system will be disrupted. I hope you make sense about that. If you like my video, please make sure to subscribe, like and share. See you in the next video. For this time, bye. Allah Hafiz.